Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. In today's segment, we have Aaron.
What's up, guys?
You guys already know him. He's the leader of the biggest group of Dragon Ball Super, and he's been an inspiration in the card game. He had his channel earlier on. He got a lot of people involved with the game, and now the game is huge, and it's fun, and a lot of people are just continually getting better at it.
Yeah, thanks. It's really to the community, like people like Anthony, other content creators that really make the game grow. I'm kind of just a face, but everyone else is kind of like really plays a big part. So I'm glad to see how far it's growing right now, and to see how far it's going to continue to grow, especially in the second year when now like multicolored cards.
That's gonna be nice.
All the new mechanics and stuff like that. So this deck profile was a deck that I was really working on because I really like the yellow Broly, and I really want to make a deck around it. So I decided I went undefeated today at locals using this Broly, but it's if you ever seen Matt Coombs' Patreon where he had the Broly Death and Taxes, huge inspiration from there, and I went undefeated with my deck with this one. So it's
nice.
mono yellow, besides like some overwhelm cards, but for the most part it's all yellow. And then I like it because it was felt like a really themed deck with like mono yellow Saiyans and everything like that. So with the deck profile, we're gonna get into it. So I played 4 of these.
Ooh.
With 3 stamps, so I'm probably only gonna play 3 because either foil or nothing.
Exactly. If it's not for you, you don't play it.
So this card's obviously really good because one drop, good turn 1 play to get pretty much toolbox anything in your deck that you need. So and it helps too because this gets the bigger Broly pieces in your deck because Planet only gets 4 or less, but this can get the 7 drop or the 9 drop as well.
Oh, that's great.
Get your super combos, get what any like utility card you need, get it itself, for different things like that. So pretty much like one of the core.
He's like
engines.
the 1-drop chunks from the green engine.
Yeah, the green one. Yeah, so 4 of these for sure.
Nice.
Next up, I play 3 Bardock, the progenitor. So initially, when I had the early version of the build, it was very tempo control-y, but it didn't really have enough pressure. So my friend suggested, adding this in, and I don't actually have any other swap targets. It's just this, but you'll see the reason why, because I also play the 8 Bardock on top of it. So I play 3 of these, and again, it's searchable by planet, so that's why I don't need to run successor and stuff like that. It's only 3 targets, so it's not worth it. But it also helps against certain matchups for early aggressive. So depending on what the matchup is, you have a very aggressive line of play. At the same time, if you need to be more defensive, you can also go slower with the evolve over it for the 4-drop 8 to go into more control, slower tempo type of line of play. So 3 of those. 2 of these. Vegeta striving to be the best.
That's the feature rare, guys.
So this card again is the yellow Saiyan that's searchable by this, and you'll see why I play this card. It actually won me one of my games where my opponent actually 7-drop Vegeta. I drew into a negate, and then I actually played this and to pop it, so then and I untap an energy, so I can keep comboing and stuff like that. So I'm doing all my plays. So 2 of these, just because obviously if you charge 1, all you need is 1, but you just want to make sure you see it.
Exactly.
More than once, so you play 2 of those. Then for the super combos, I have a split between 2 and 2.
Guys, we got Shugesh in the house.
So initially, I wanted to just play 1 of this because fear of Cronoa, especially if I go to bigger events. But at the same time, it's just for consistency for the deck for game 1, you at least want to have make sure your game functions. And then if they Cronoa, it's still a 10k combo at the end of the day. And then 2 of this because again it's searchable by this, it's also searchable by planet. So it's just
it's a good split.
Yeah, as opposed to the Jocko or the Beerus, the other super combos, those are not Saiyans. So the fact I can have more ways. So if I plan it for one of my pieces, I can trunks for one of these or something like that. So it helps me open up more lines of play in terms of what I need to get. So I play 2 and 2 split.
Nice.
Yeah. And for 3 drops, I play. If you're playing Shigeshi, you gotta play this guy. So 3 of these, just because blocker barrier is always good to be able to pop something in rest mode. Really helps a lot. Again, the control aspect to just pop anything, especially against the skillless Goku matchups. You have the big dirty K guys. I play against 2 of them and I beat both of them because what you do is they attack with your dirty K guy, you block it. And then you just I have ways to bring it back out, and then I just pop it.
That's too good.
So it just helps a lot where I don't have to use a lot of my resources to try and out combo these 30k beaters, and I can just block it and then just pop it.
Exactly.
Then I play 3 of the 8. So I know the ratios might seem weird, but it worked out really well for me. Just because, again, you really just need to see one. Planar Vegeta helps make that consistent. The Trunks helps it make it consistent too. So like a lot of things just really have it going for it, where you don't need to see like you have to have 4 and 4.
Exactly.
The fact that your leader helps you awaken, you don't need to see like 4 Bardoks or have 4 Bardoks. You just really need to see like 1. So, and then just again helps me in a lot of matchups against Janemba. I know that they don't really put on a lot of pressure. It's all about milling. So turn 1 I played a Bardock, and then I attacked and evolved into this, and just start swinging with 20k double strike with on turn 2 where they have 1 energy because I went first. So it just puts on a lot of pressure for them to just really combo. So against certain matchups, I also played against U7 Frieza with the victory strike thing. So same thing. I make sure I kept these 2 in my open hand, so that way I know that deck doesn't like to attack you. So I just bring the force to them by just constantly just Bardock swinging in just to force the hand. So instead of them using their super combos to try and kill me, they're now using it to defend.
Oh God, you did Terrence dirty.
Yeah, so it's super good. And it adds a lot of pressure because it's double strike as well, and it's a blocker. The Heart and Soul deck MVP. This.
Ooh, guys, that's the Broly starter.
From the Broly starter. This card's absolutely amazing. It just every game, just put in work. This ability is when your opponent has 4 more cards that are rested, you could play for 1, and then activate main. You can sack it to get a Saiyan that's green or yellow, that's 3 or less with a power 10,000 or less, and played in rest mode.
Oh, guys, look at this guy.
So against the skillless Goku, what would happen is I would play him. I'll Shigesh into this and then blow up something, and then I would block with it. It dies, and then next turn I would play this to bring this out, pop something in rest mode, and then at the end of the turn he restands.
So that's a great combo.
So it's super valuable. And again, against Gogeta, when I played against skillless Goku, who had the Gogeta, I had this in my drop. So I was able to get this out. So I was able to,
that restand energy.
Yeah, restand energy. So I was able to pop this, play that, pop his Gogeta because I had barrier, and then restand energy and continue. And other cool plays because if you need to dig for cards, you can also play this in rest mode and search the top 3. So it's a nice +1 in that regard.
He's
as well.
Basically your utility card.
Yeah, the highest utility in every matchup. And then it never happened with me today, but you could also bring out the Bardock. So if you have another ape in your hand, you can actually bring him out, sack this to bring out the Bardock, take a life, attack, then play your Bardock, evolve, and then restand at the end. So it's a lot of different lines of play that you're not limited to just
No, and that's great because now against a lot of matchups, you'll be able to have ways to get around them.
Yeah, so you need to blow up something. You have your explosive. If something has barrier, you have this. If you just need to kind of dig through stuff, you can bring out that. And then if the off chance that you have a Bardock Will of Iron in your hand, you can bring this out and then evolve on top of it, and then use the Broly leader ability to restand the ape and then attack with that. So
that's monstrous.
The lines of play is really cool, and that's one of the reasons why I was really happy that I worked really hard on the deck and it really paid off. Next, I have 4 of the yellow. Broly line.
Well, guys and girls, you have a way to now use this card.
Right. So this card, if your opponent has, if the amount of cards rested between both players is 3 or more, comes in for 2. So against certain matchups, it helps especially against the skillless Goku matchup because you get to pin a card that's 3 or less. So they have their big beater that's 30k. So you just pin it down. You don't have to worry about it because you're not. You don't have to over combo or overextend to try and kill it, or you don't have to worry about having it attack you where you have to waste resources. So you just have that, you just pin it down, you don't have to worry about it, and then you start gunning for the leader and stuff like that. So this card is one of the engines for the deck for sure. And you can actually Shigesh into it if you have 4 less life and then cards between your opponent, because he reduces the cost of his hand by 2. So it actually becomes a 2-drop, so you can Shigesh into him as well.
Nice.
Then we go up the chain, we have the 7-drop, and you pretty much EX evolve for 2 yellow energy to put it on top of that, and then that you can discard a card to have something that's in rest mode on your opponent's field, and it stays locked for that turn. So it includes the leader. So against certain matchups, if you want to lock the leader down, you can just lock it down. If they have certain plays, you can lock down their energy and stuff like that, and then you just kind of have your 30k beater on top of that. So very key card. And then you have the 9-drop. So, and this you can discard a card and choose something that's in rest mode, and then you send it to their drop area. So, turn early on, I think I played against John Nimba, and I went first, and I locked one of his energy down, and then I got rid of it. So I kept him pretty much at like 3 energy for a bit. So it forces them to not actually play anything because, this...
You're just going to keep them locked.
Yeah. So they just have to like just charge an energy and just like pass and use up a whole turn just not playing anything, which is great for you. That buys you more time. So super versatile in that effect, and it's also double striker. So again, just trying to close out games. 35k base, which is really huge and everything like that. So very good card indeed.
And how early do you get them out on your average game?
A lot of games I played against. I usually got him out like turn 2. You could get him, or turn 3 rather.
Mm-hmm.
You can get out pretty quickly. My line of play was never actually to go into the chain, but like in certain matchups, you do. This helps a lot just because you're able to just like pin certain things down.
Exactly.
Like so. But if you get the lock early, you can really pin your opponent down from playing any. Well, not so much playing energy, but having their energy limited and stuff like that. Because you just discard a card and then you either lock an energy down or you just send it away. And it's only if they have 3 or more. So, but just to be able to pin down the leaders is also
it's so good.
It's just very, very, very helpful. And then the last card I have is Scientist Food.
Yeah.
So. Card put in work because you're over the course of time you're putting stuff in your drop. This helps fuel your hand so that way you can pitch it for 7 and 9 drop Broly's. It's also good with the Broly leader because you can take a life and stand it and then swing again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for 1 energy to have a double striker, 25k, so that can attack twice is just super versatile. So I'm definitely want to bump this up to 2. Just being able to see it against certain matchups, or just being able to just kind of put pressure on if you need that. Super.
What would you take out so far?
Well, you'll see in the deck the cards I would take out. So,
Okay, perfect, guys. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So for my extras, I play 2 Crusher Ball. I like Crusher Ball a lot. It's always been one of my favorite counters, just because against like certain decks that play big drops, like Demagra, you just Crusher Ball, you don't have to worry about it, and then you Sugesh, or rather you Kid Goku and blow it up.
Too good.
And it helps because of reactive rest mode as opposed to proactive where your opponent's attacking and it goes to rest. Mm-hmm. So it helps you, and it gets around barrier. So because it doesn't choose, if they have a carpet barrier, you can rest it, and then you can play like the Vegeta and then pop it next
That's
turn.
perfect.
So it really helps a lot in those situations, and really against like big drops, it's good. So I play 2 Crusher Ball. And then this is a cute card I was trying out. I'm the world champion.
Okay, guys.
In my initial draft, I was playing no opening Son Goku, just because attack with Broly, no openings. You have
take a life, get a body,
and then you have this live. So initially, that's why I had it in here, because I also played no openings. But since I'm only playing these, I'm probably going to cut one of these out for food, because essentially, it's the same energy economy.
Exactly.
1 energy for 2, but this is situational where I need to have the Son Goku. So
while the other one's a double strike, 25k, and
exactly. So this is definitely going to become another scientist food, and I probably might make this some negate or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. So I was playing 2 of that. It was alright. I mean, didn't really do anything for me, but it was just cute. And then play 2 Fire Nemesis against like certain matchups, being able to stop swarm decks and everything like that. And then what's good about yellow too is they have a lot of counters that are also good sideboarded. So instead of you maxing out on Fire Nemesis, you can play 3 and then have the other one inside. Same thing with Time Magic. If your opponent has a lot of cards that can attack multiple times.
Exactly.
So depending on the matchup, the deck is very flexible in terms of what you want to side in and side out. And then I played 2 Time Magic. So again, just being able to have that extra negate if you have to tap out on a play, to be able to have some extra defense. The deck has a lot of defense with the blockers between the explosive, Bardock, and stuff like that. So it has a lot of defensive capabilities, and this just adds like another layer. So if they get through all your blockers, you still have this at least. Like that. And then I play 3 Planet Vegeta just because it's the utility, and I also play the Bardock Will of Iron. So to be able to pretty much search almost anything in your deck, get the Son Goku if you need to, get the Broly to start the chain, get the Will of Iron if you need to go into that, get your super combos, get whatever missing piece that you need.
Yeah, look at this, guys. Like the whole deck is practically grabbable.
Yeah, and everything is just super consistent. And last but not least, 3 Cold Bloodlust.
Look at the beauty.
So to be able to protect yourself, if you have a big guy out, you can use Broly's ability to take a life. You can untap an energy, so that way you can have a bloodlust play for next turn on your opponent's turn and stuff like that. So just being able to kind of control the field in very different ways. At the same time, also being aggressive if need be early game with the Bardocs, and then with Foos and stuff like that to finish things off. So yeah, so this is pretty much the deck. A couple of things I would want to change, probably take these out, and I definitely probably want to play 4 Bloodlust and another Scientist Food for sure, and then try to fiddle around with the Nemesis and the Time Magics. And
Yeah, get the ratios how you want it.
Right. But then that's pretty much like for the most part, the rough draft of the deck, and went undefeated. And like I said, it's a lot of fun, a lot of different lines of play. A lot of defense, offense, and with this ability, I don't use it aggressively in the sense that you try to kill him. If you're trying to go for your kill turn, you use it. At the same time, you can use it to just either restand this, restand pretty much anything, and go in and do what I need to do.
Exactly.
Overall, it's a really great deck to play. So that's it. Rolling Death and Taxes. So,
what would be the name of the deck if you had to give it one?
Yeah, I just coined it, Broly Death and Taxes because, the lockdown with the energy and stuff like that. You can lock them down with 3 energy, and you can do a lot of cute plays to really control, and it's really like a more tempo build as opposed to like the Goku lineage aggressive kind of build.
Exactly.
So more tempo orientated that I want to make sure that I had different ways of getting out of certain situations. So, and you can really grind out your opponents because you're constantly bringing out this blocker, from this to pop something. So over time you're just really like grinding out things. And if your opponent plays any big bombs, you have to crush your ball for it and stuff like that. So I definitely have to add probably Bad Ring in here for sure because
Oh yeah, it will help you close out games faster.
So I probably might cut one of these out for the Fu and put another one for.
Pretty much, guys, you use these two slots and kind of work around with what you want. And yeah, this deck is awesome. It's powerful. It just went undefeated. Aaron piloted very well, and he kicked a lot of butt. Yeah. So
thanks again, guys. So again, keep supporting Anthony and the Dragon Ball Super card game. If you guys haven't been a part of Facebook group, just Dragon Ball Super card game community discussion group, whatever. It's really long, and
I'll put the link in the description for sure.
It makes it easier. But yeah, like I said, the game is going places. And in the second year, I'm glad that you guys are all part of it, and stay tuned for more.
All right. Well, thank you, Aaron. And as always, this channel is all about you.
Take care, guys.